Mango Mustache Media.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jake Trumper, and welcome back to Historically Inaccurate. As always, I am joined by my right-hand man, my wingman, Alex Schulte.
And I'm on his left. What's up? I'm Alex Schulte.
my left-hand man.
Jake Trumper, and I'm covering the label because they didn't pay me.
That water brand. Which water brand is actually?
It's Water Brand.
Well, no, because we could say, because we're talking about Coke and Pepsi today. It might be owned by one of the Coke.
It is owned by.
It's the Coke one, or is it?
I think it's Coke. It's
yeah, that's the you. Hello, this is Historically Inaccurate. Just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know, Historically Inaccurate. We are produced and distributed by Mango Mustache Media. Thank you so much for joining us once again. I'm very excited, though I did kind of mess up on this episode, Alex. I do apologize.
Why?
It's just I don't like doing themed episodes by any means, because it's just like a themed episode's kind of like put you in a corner. This is accidentally a themed episode. I was working so hard not to be in a corner, to just do whatever I want. I accidentally turned the whole episode into a soda themed.
I like
episode.
a theme.
Do you call it soda or pop?
I call it pop.
I'm gonna fix my headphones real quick. The cords.
Are they backwards?
Okay, there we go. I fixed.
Yeah, it's I call it pop because I'm from Iowa. And in Iowa, we call it pop.
I call it soda, and I'm also from Iowa because soda is just the right way to say it.
But everywhere else.
Yeah, okay, soda, pop, whatever you call it. Today's fun fact involves soda and pop. It is actually...
Soda pop.
Soda pop. It involves soda pop. That's what you're getting. You already know the answer to this, but before I sent you the debrief of everything we were going to talk about, what would your guess be for what is the oldest soda brand that is still around today?
My guess would be Coca-Cola.
But you know that's wrong.
I do?
In the debrief, I told you. It was, I
did read the debrief.
I did read the debrief.
Okay, for the record, we're recording this on the day of the company launch. I've had a day.
Fair enough.
Okay, in my defense, we launched Mango Mustache Media today. This episode comes out a couple weeks after the launch.
But today of recording, you did it. Okay, so we're
recording this on June 1st today, and
I'll get you some leeway.
So I've been releasing trailers and stuff. It's been a heck of a day.
Fair.
But for the record, I did read it. I just don't remember
looking at it right now.
All of it.
Today's fun fact is that Dr. Pepper was actually the first soda brand that's still around today that came out. It's one of the first major soda brands to come out. Came out in 1885. 1886, Coca-Cola came out after.
Oh, interesting.
So they're very close together, and as probably many of us know, soda when it first came out was not because they were like, this is a great syrup that's great for a drink. It was usually used as like, this is medicine. This stuff is going to make you feel real good and make you feel healthy. Not because there's any extreme drugs or anything in it, just because it's a good old-fashioned drink to help you.
You know, actually, cross-promo.
Hey guys, before Alex goes into that great cross promo, let me tell you about today's punishment. The loser is getting ice put down their pants. So stay tuned for that.
Nice. You did it. It was a good promo.
Perfect. Good?
Good. We have a different show on the network called Chicano Chingon, and they were just talking about, it's a show about being a Mexican American. They were talking about superstitions, and in Mexico, they still, like, their grandma will be like, you're sick, drink a Coke. Because there's something about what the host of the show, Arturo, said, is that the bubbles...
So, like, the carbonation
the bubbles get rid of the bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Coca-Cola. That could just be a part of Coca-Cola's genius marketing in Spanish-speaking countries. We're going to be talking about how Coca-Cola's marketing... Coca-Cola's
drinks a lot of Coke.
Yeah, the marketing for Coca-Cola is insane, and that's going to be our next, that's a great segue, actually. Let's get into, so now that you guys get the fun fact, I hope you like soda or pop, because that's this episode, baby. I didn't even mean it to be this way. It just happened. So, obviously, today's fun little history thing for you is talking about the two biggest brands, Pepsi and Coke, the ultimate soda war. And I think it's safe to say, for a majority of this war, Coca-Cola is always winning.
No. I don't.
You don't think Coca-Cola has been winning for a majority of the war? I think for a majority of the war, Coca-Cola has been winning, but I'm not saying they're winning now. I've got a lot of stuff.
I was very curious. I think I would say that PepsiCo as a company
is so much more than successful.
Doing much better. But yes, Coca-Cola versus Pepsi Cola. Coke wins. Coke outsells
You
Pepsi
wanna-
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But PepsiCo and
owns-
they're
They own Frito
Other
Lay's.
products, I know.
They own everything. If you go into a grocery store right now and you just like try to buy everything, odds are there's going to be something for PepsiCo. Your daily just shopping involves PepsiCo. You'd have to go out of your way to not want to shop PepsiCo. To not. It's just so crazy. Did that make sense? Or was that an incoherent rambling?
no, it makes sense. If you are boycotting
Okay.
Pepsi, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Because they have so many other everything. There's so many things that you buy
Fingers in the pies.
that Pepsi makes, and you don't even know it.
But just soda brand wise, Coke. But company wise, PepsiCo's freaking on a whole nother level. They're the ones on cocaine.
Most likely, all of them are. Let's be honest.
Shelby, play the laugh track right now. Laugh with me, please. Shelby, our producer, she's back. This is her second time ever producing for the second episode. So we've given her no time to train since the first episode.
He really
Still just putting her on the spot in the hot seat. Yeah, she got it. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank
oh,
you.
There they are again.
They got a little excited there.
And they're like,
and
oh,
it's time to be quiet.
sorry.
It's good. That's enough from the peanut
done.
gallery.
We're done.
All right. So I want to, I noticed what we've been kind of doing is when we get into the history stuff, you mentioned that you've done some research. Is there anything you want to mention first that you learned before I dive into my stuff?
No.
Oh,
I guess the research I did was about who makes more money because I was so curious about
Yeah.
that because I thought Coca-Cola as a company had made a lot more money, but in my research,
PepsiCo.
PepsiCo,
They
we
own-
kind of covered it.
literally.
They own everything. But I'm ready to learn today,
You
Jake.
are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So fill
There's-
me with your
There are so many dates.
Knowledge.
I had to write down all the. That was a weird thing you just said.
I wanted to
That was
let
a weird
pause
and
breathe.
uncomfortable. I didn't even let the pause breathe. I was ready to go into it, and then
Yeah. Fill me up, Jake.
play the booze. Play the booze, Shelby.
I don't think
now.
there's not a boo button.
Play the wah 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 wah.
There's a trombone button that
play the
came-
trombone.
There it is. We're just using the preset buttons from the board that we've got. That's where we're at.
That's perfect. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Shelby, are you ready? There we go. Thank you. That sounded so second. Shelby, I appreciate you so much. That sounded actually mean. I didn't mean it in a mean way. I was like, are you ready, Shelby? Thank you. Camera one, now. Sorry. Shelby, we appreciate you so much.
We could actually center Jake on his camera for the record.
Oh, there we go. You happy with that?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, so as we know, 1886 is when Coca-Cola comes out, right? And it's not anything too special. It doesn't taste great or anything, but just the marketing behind it is really what helped it take off. But then you start looking into 1898 when you get Pepsi. Originally, 1898, it's called Pepsi Cola, and it's created by a pharmacist. And this pharmacist, so it's a syrup, right? So he's got a bunch of these soda brands in his pharmacy, and he's like, you know what? I don't love these syrups. I'm gonna make my own. And then bam, he puts it in his pharmacy because back then people just hung out at pharmacies. You'd be like, yo, bro, yo, Alex. You want to go talk about the podcast at the pharmacy? You want to debrief? Kind of want to chit chat? You
Yeah,
hang
man.
out at the pharmacies. So you're going to the pharmacies and you're
Gotta
doing
buy my
that.
girl some tampons. Was that
Play the trombone.
too weird?
Play the trombone. Everything Alex says gets trombone now. Okay, we're waiting.
You're making her do too much.
She's like, I can do it too. This is my second time.
Okay?
It's her second day on the job, and I'm just like, do everything.
We're not relying on
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
It's delayed trombone. She did it. Anyway, so the pharmacist's name, his first name was Brad, and they would call it Brad's drink. So you'd be like, yeah, man, I got to go down to get my girls her tampons. And I'd be like, cool, we'll hang out. And then we'll get Brad's drink.
Let's grab Brad's drink.
Let's grab Brad's drink.
That was another weird beginning of that sentence that last word makes it very different. Let's grab Brad's
You're on some
drink.
Your mind is in the gutter today.
It's bad.
Are you okay?
I didn't take my Adderall today.
Call back to episode 1.
Yeah.
Alex didn't take his Adderall.
Last time I was like, it's the pills. I'm good. I'm
You're
here. Today I didn't. Because I was going to, and it was too late in the day, so I'm not medicated right now.
That's good.
So we're working through it though. I'm here, and you know, I'm not medicated to learn the best, but I'm ready.
That's actually hilarious because like episode 1, you're on top of everything. You're like, I'm medicated. Episode 2, you're like, I'm on my meds. And you're just Anyways, okay.
It really is, though. It's just one of those things. Yeah.
So people did really like Brad's drink, right? And it becomes successful, and he actually starts marketing it to other people, and he's selling the syrup. Now, he thought the money was in syrup, but then World War I starts, and they start rationing sugar. So it costs way more. And he kind of goofed. He thought, he was like, every single day, sugar prices are going up, so I'm going to buy a bunch of sugar right now, buy it when it's not super high, and then sell when it's even higher. And then there was a huge sugar crash, and the price dropped, and he just had a bunch of worthless sugar, basically. He bought it when it was like 40 cents, dropped down to 6. So it was a huge marketing blunder on that aspect.
And in 2023, that's $1 million.
Do you have the numbers to back that up?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you were actually saying a fact. You can't say joke facts.
Is 40 cents $1 million?
No,
Of course not.
But no, what I'm saying is he didn't buy one pack of one bag of sugar. He bought multiple bags of sugar for 40 cents, thinking that he would sell them at a higher rate, but then sugar dropped to 6 cents. Do you know what I mean?
Got it.
So that's what I meant. And then the other thing is Coke was just cornering the market when it came to sugar, because they actually convinced the American government that Coca-Cola was so American that they were actually putting American propaganda, and they shouldn't be charged extra for sugar. They shouldn't have to be rationing their sugar. So they were just playing the government left and right. And poor Pepsi, they're about to go bankrupt. And Pepsi tried to sell to Coca-Cola multiple times.
Yeah, Coke was lobbying our politicians before it was cool.
Coke was cool before anyone else. Anyways,
By the way, no,
yes.
40 cents in 1880, equivalent to $11.90 today.
You know what? Sometimes inflation isn't that bad. Sometimes I think inflation's bad, but like the appreciation, I always think it's going to be way worse.
You were thinking it was going to be worse.
Yeah.
I did too.
But still, he bought a lot of stuff that almost bankrupt his company. But anyways, he just keeps on trucking. And then we start to really see the cola wars. One way Pepsi managed to see a lot of success was the CEO, Walter Mack, decided to hire a African-American salesman and really start to market towards the African-American community. I think that was I wrote it down here because I need to make sure. I guess I didn't write it down. It was like in the 1940s. Oh, you'll not I'm like writing stuff down as well. And so in the 1940s, they start actually advertising towards African Americans, and they actually see a huge amount of sales, and it ends up working. Who would have guessed treating human beings like human beings and marketing towards them is going to work?
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Business 101.
Right.
So let's talk about what's Coca-Cola doing in the 30s and 40s. You want to guess what Coca-Cola's up to in the 30s and 40s?
Let's see. What was happening in the 30s and 40s that was like historically relevant?
The
Andy
Nazis.
Griffith show. Oh, the Nazis.
The Nazis. So Coca-Cola.
Andy Griffith show is not that old.
Not that old. But no, the Nazis. That was so in 1933, Coca-Cola sells like record profits in Germany. Then the American government, and like they're playing both sides. They're like, yo, America, we're cool. And like we're out there spreading the American propaganda, getting everyone to love America for World War II. So like, again, we should get a bunch of cuts. And America's like, yeah, you should. And then they're like, yo, Nazi Germany, bro. Like, we totally agree with you. You cool guys. You guys are, yeah, here's some Coke. And then the American government's finally like, dude, what the? Really? And they're like, yeah, you know what? We're going to pull out Coca-Cola. Then they just tell their top Coca-Cola German representative, just make a new type of Coke. And then that's how Fanta's made.
What?
Fanta's just Nazi Coke. I'm not joking. That's what happens. So
Fanta is just Nazi Coke.
It is. So Coca-Cola.
Oh, man.
So Coca-Cola is
That's
just
the slogan they don't want.
Yeah. But that's like, so the top German representative.
Oh, that's really funny.
He's getting all this money from Coca-Cola to basically just start a new Coke. They're like, yo, just in case the Nazis win, man. Like, let's
Isn't
just
Fanta
let's get
like
them Fanta.
orange and purple pop?
Yeah, it wasn't Coke directly, but like it is a Coke brand, and it was made specifically because Coca-Cola wasn't there. And it's not like the Nazis were like, we're gonna make our own brand. No, it was still like working hand in hand with Coca-Cola, allegedly.
Got it.
Working hand in hand.
You know, okay. So
I don't want to get Mango Mustache taken down within their first few weeks of being.
No. Whatever Jake says does not represent anything that Mango Mustache thinks.
You're one of the founders of the company on the podcast.
No.
Allegedly. Everything I just said.
I've got different hats.
Allegedly.
So I think it's interesting though that even, you know, in the how do I say this? When the world gets a little bit more progressive, maybe, open-minded, the money follows,
Yep.
right? Right. So Coca-Cola follows the money. They're like, oh, okay. Germany is they're doing some bad stuff, but they're all thinking this way, so we're supporting them here. Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
World War II is a bad idea, guys. 1950 rolls around. We thought that was a dumb idea from the start.
yeah, the Nazis were terrible, guys. We didn't like them at all.
We didn't like them either, right? Remember, we were over there with you guys. It's like
America.
it's like that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where it's like Mac. And he's like, I'm playing both sides. That way, I always end up on top.
They're literally Mac. That's what they were.
They're playing both sides.
But they were not the only ones to play with the enemy. Pepsi also played with the enemy, but
Right.
it was Russia. 1970s, they make a deal with Russia. They they sell Pepsi to Russia, but Russian currency, not allowed in America. Absolutely worthless. So Pepsi can't get all this money from Russia and just have nothing to do with it. So they make a deal. Pepsi's like, you can have our Pepsi, you give us your Russian vodka, and we will then sell your Russian vodka exclusively in America, and we will soak up the profits. But then the Russian vodka, boop, kapoop, not really worth it anymore. So then there's talks about getting Russian warships as payment. Now the myth, this is where things get a little bit tricky. The myth.
What is PepsiCo going to do with Russian warships?
That's the myth. So they say that Pepsi successfully got multiple warships, making them in the top 10 largest militaries in the world at that time from the warships that they got. And they even joked that they were successfully dismantling the Russian government faster than American representatives. Now, all that said, all that's rumored, and there's apparently pictures and everything, it is not 100% confirmed that actually happened, but it is highly speculated that it did.
Interesting.
And Pepsi even joked about it, so.
Interesting. Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. That's totally wild that I've never heard that before.
The 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s were a crazy time for soda, and it just gets wackier, because then, in the late 70s...
What happened next, Jake?
I love soda, man. You don't even understand. I have an addiction to soda. I love the history. I'm yelling. What's up, Shelby? Am I yelling too loud?
We just ran out of diet whatever. I'm not going to endorse one brand or the other. But
I drink Bubbler now. Not sponsored or anything, but I drink this instead of soda, and I just realized PepsiCo owns this. So it doesn't even.
Well, PepsiCo is, based out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Well, somewhat. Aren't they mainly?
Right here.
Are they mainly based out of here?
No.
No?
They have
headquarters
They
here.
have. Oh yeah. They've got headquarters everywhere, bro.
Quaker Oats is here, which is PepsiCo.
So then around 1975, they've got the Pepsi Challenge, which basically creates the Pepsi paradox, where it's, as a consumer, if you cannot see the Pepsi brand or the Coke brand and you're randomly drinking from like a straw and you can't see what the brand is,
right?
A majority of people, like a slight majority of people, prefer Pepsi over Coke. And they marketed the hell out of that. Oh, but the counter to that is if you can see the brands, people tend to pick Coke because Coca-Cola's branding is so strong. Coca-Cola their branding is what sells the soda. Coca-Cola tastes pretty good, but
Pepsi's unofficial slogan is Pepsi okay? You know, this literally happened to me yesterday. I went out for lunch and I asked for a Diet Coke and she said, "Is Pepsi okay?"
Yeah.
Everywhere you go.
But the Coke brand is because they were like, put Coke next to Santa Claus. Put Coke on the beach.
Did Coke invent Santa Claus?
No. So that is a common misconception. So they're like, well, Santa Claus is white and red and he's all jolly. Coca-Cola successfully made Santa Claus the official kind of what he looks like today. But before that, in the early 1900s and even late 1800s, a jolly old guy with a white beard wearing red and white was drawn and called Saint Nick. But before Pepsi really made him the official look, there were Saint Nicks that were green, that wore tan suits, that were elves.
Tan suits?
Yeah, not suits like the Santa getup, but like.
Well, we draw the line at tan suits here in America.
I see. That was a callback to Obama. Good callback. Good job.
Hey,
I would yell at Shelby to play the thing, but it might take a second. She said
like,
no.
Don't let me. Don't
she
have
said
me press
no.
buttons.
Anyways, so then we basically have all these people or all these different Santas, and then the trend is already moving towards that kind of Santa that we know today. But then Coca-Cola basically helped make that iconic. Now Coca-Cola will claim that they created it, but
if I go and excuse me, Mr. Coca-Cola.
So sorry.
Did you
claim.
invent Santa Claus?
Allegedly claim. So no, I basically they're just
I
very.
gotta look this up.
They're very kind of just nonchalant about it. They're like, maybe we did, maybe we didn't. We're not going to confirm. And the basic fact is they didn't really create it, but it works perfect because he wears red and white.
So can I read you something?
Yeah, go ahead and read the Wikipedia article for me.
Okay, for the record, I Googled who invented Santa Claus, and guess what first source popped up?
I bet it's Coca-Cola.com.
It is Coca-ColaCompany.com. That's who Google sent me to.
Just saying.
Absolutely. I think there's something to say about that. All right. It says, in fact, when Civil War cartoonist Thomas Nast drew Santa Claus for Harper's Weekly in 1862, Santa was a small elf-like figure who supported the Union. Nast, the artist, continued to draw Santa for 30 years, changing the color of his coat from tan to the red he's known for today. So I guess it started with Harper's Weekly.
Yep. And then, like I said, the late 1800s is when you start to see a slightly more jolly Santa Claus because...
Dude, it's so funny that Coca-Cola is the one that gets the
artist,
SEO here.
Yeah, and the artist who based it off, they were basing it off of the description of St. Nicholas from The Night Before Christmas. Like, there's already a saying that's describing it, basically. So, anyways... The branding, like Coca-Cola's branding is top notch and everything. So people, when they see it, prefer Coke. But taste wise, Pepsi's like, they prefer it. And then Coke possibly makes the biggest mistake ever in 1985, New Coke. But was it the biggest mistake ever? Or was it the biggest turnaround ever?
Was it actually called? It was actually called.
It was
New
called
Coke.
New Coke.
Right.
And they released it. And
there's no cocaine in it.
No.
I was actually serious.
No, New Coke was a better tasting Coke. They spent millions of dollars to make Coke taste better. And in a blind taste test, New Coke was actually now preferred.
Oh, man. So blind taste test happened in 1862. They just didn't have TikTok.
No, this is in the 1980s now. New Coke comes out in 1985. We're in the 19...
They didn't have TikTok either.
We've been progressively moving through the years. You're stuck in the 1800s, bro. 1980s. They come out with the New Coke, right? And they're like, oh, blind taste test, love it. But people hate it. It actually creates this new love for the original brand. So Coke backtracks, releases the old brand, and in the greatest luck ever, or possibly the greatest 3D chess move ever, for the, like, it just blows the Pepsi's paradox out of the water. So, like, Pepsi has this golden ticket. They're like, people like Pepsi more. And everyone's like, yeah, maybe they do. We should start getting Pepsi. Coke panics, goes, here's New Coke. Everyone hates it. They're getting calls nonstop. Everything's going down. Like, it's like, oh my God, is this the end of Coke? And they're like, oh, crap. And usually when a company, when a company panics like that and they backtrack, usually the reception isn't, yay, thanks for backtracking. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And their company struggles. When they backtracked, it like reinvigorated the patriotism of Coke. Because everyone just fell in love with it again. And it was one of the most successful turnarounds ever.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
And then they invented the polar bear.
That is a part of the whole winter thing. Is the main reason they put Coke with Santa and polar bears and all of that was Coke sales would go down in the winter. So they wanted to increase Coke sales.
No, that totally makes sense.
I know, not to like flex, but I know a weird amount about soda.
That's okay. That's what this show's about.
Is that a problem? Do I have a problem?
Well, I feel like it's okay. It sounds like you just did your research to me. That's what I was thinking.
It's just years of
But is this just Jake with no prep on this episode? And you just knew all this stuff?
I wrote down the dates. But a lot of this stuff was just stuff I know. I actually had a shout out to Magnate Medium or Media. They're a pretty cool documentary thing, and I watched one of the videos, and it was just like reminding me of a lot of the Coke stuff, and I was like, got it. God, soda's so cool, like the soda wars and everything.
Yeah, and you know what? It's interesting you bring it up because our producer Shelby and I, we've been going through a heavy Coke phase. You know, like we go to the store, we get the cans.
I'm in a Pepsi phase now.
Really?
Let's do a skit. You're pro Coke, I'm pro Pepsi.
She just gave me a countdown.
3, 2. That's adorable.
Okay.
Hello, Conrad. We have decided that Coca-Cola is going to be nuked.
I'm sorry, Coca-Cola is going to be nuked?
Yes, you're the Coca-Cola representative. You are the polar bear.
I'm sorry, sir. Coca-Cola is going, as in...
We're nuking you. I'm the representative of Pepsi, Russian guy 101.
Sure. Hi,
good to meet you.
My name is...
Polar bear. You're very strong.
CEO. I'm Mr. Polar Bear, and I am the CEO of Coca-Cola. you're nuking Coke. Does that mean you're nuking everywhere that there is Coke?
Yes.
Because it's worldwide.
Yes.
You're nuking the world.
We got the warships ready, and we're going to nuke you. That is kind of the game plan. PepsiCo will succeed even after the extinction of the human race.
Okay, do you understand that we gave the kids desks?
What?
They can hide under the desks.
Duck and cover doesn't.
Okay?
Doesn't
They just
work.
got to put their hands over their necks. Your nukes mean nothing to us.
Mr. Polar Bear, I have very sad news. I just talked with your friend in America, Oppenheimer. The desks don't work.
Are you sure? It's a full inch of wood over their heads. And there's even a little metal compartment under for where they can put their pencils.
Oh wait,
okay?
we didn't calculate the metal parts. I didn't realize
they're
you had,
pretty safe. Yeah,
you have metal under your desks.
it's aluminum, but yeah.
We put all of our eggs in the nuke basket.
Why are you tearing up, comrade?
We're going to bomb you all. You've ruined it.
Why do you tear up during our skits
You've
every
ruined it.
time?
The characters I play are about to cry, I guess. Their name brings a tear to my eye.
It's funny. It's okay. Wait.
We just wanted to bomb you. No, I'm still in character.
Okay,
There's no
I'm not
side
breaking.
note.
I'm not
You
breaking.
don't break character until the skit is over.
Sir,
Let's have a treat eaten.
a treat.
A treaty.
Oh,
Okay, I get everywhere, and you get everywhere, and we just give our products to kids and make them addicted to sugar.
I love it.
I love it. Oh, Polar Bear! Yes, we done it.
Win.
All right, that's the skit. What's your side note? My characters like to cry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good job, Shelby. She got it.
She pressed the button.
She was waiting.
She did the applause.
She was like-
That's so great. My side note was going to be sometimes when I'll get like really into playing, or
Yeah.
like something, I'll start tearing up for some reason.
I'm not that invested in the character.
No, I know. I feel like it. Wait, were you like, this guy's got to cry now, so I'm going to try to cry? Or was it one of those things that was kind of organically happening and you're like, oh shit, all right, well, let's lean in.
It was a little bit of both. I'm looking at you and there's just a lot of light, so my eyes were already watering, and you said something where like my character's plan was failing, so I was like, guess I'll cry. Time to cry. All right, let's go to break.
And that's how the Soviet ended. The Soviet Union ended.
That's
Guess I'll cry.
That's how the Soviet Union and the Soda War ended. There you guys go. The more you know.
Congratulations. All right, I guess we're going to go to break now.
Break now.
Even though-
And break. Welcome back from commercials.
Welcome back. Man, those were some really good
I
commercials.
don't know what they were, but all I do know is
They were-
someone's getting some freaking ice put down their pants. This is a lot of ice. Did I overdo it?
No, we didn't know how many of them were going to melt and how many were going to stay.
Yeah, well, there's ice on
That's
the
how ice works.
There's ice
right?
on the outside, but then there's ice in a bag as well.
Oh, so you got ice for the ice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
great.
how the insulation works.
Okay, so how did you keep this? Because you drive from quite a ways away.
I went to my parents' house and took their ice.
Oh, okay, got it. I didn't know if you like brought a cooler.
Well, I went to Casey's first, and I was like, "You got ice?" And they were like,
That's a gas station here, by the way.
"We don't have it right now." And I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to my parents' house real quick." I was like, "I don't care." And I was like, "Well, I'm just letting you know." Okay, so
Okay.
today's game, you're gonna see it in the background here.
This is going to cause some shrinkage, that's for sure. As George Costanza said, I was in the pool. And he Seinfeld. It's fine. Go ahead. You guys.
Yes, Shelby. Yes, good job. She got it. That was flawless. She's getting good.
Somebody listening to this podcast loves Seinfeld, okay?
Shelby's
Seinfeld's
getting
great.
good. Okay.
She's getting better by the minute.
There is an image behind us that shows 6 presidential names and then 6 either events or religious beliefs or just things done. And each one of these things are distinctly tied to one of those presidents.
I'm going to cover this up so the ice doesn't melt.
Gotcha. What Alex needs to do is put basically the president's name to the correct event.
Right.
He needs to get them all right. I think they're pretty easy, to be honest. You can get one wrong. You can get one wrong, so he needs to get 5 out of the 6 correct.
5 out of the 6 correct?
One of them is...
And that's the thing about, see, with this connect the lines thing, once I get one wrong, I'm just done because then 2 of them are eaten up.
So the correct way to do it is make sure you start with the ones you know for sure. There's some easy ones in
Gosh,
there. Read them out loud. Read them out.
I don't think I'm ever going to win one of these games.
Read their historic.
Okay, so as you can see behind me, but if you are just listening, we will read. So our presidents from top to bottom are Herbert Hoover, Warren G. Harding, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, James Madison, and Woodrow Wilson. From top to right, or on the right side, from top to bottom, these are the events that I'm trying to connect those presidents to. Teapot Dome Scandal. Is that what your handwriting says?
Yes.
War of 1812, Great Depression, Battle of Orleans, however.
New Orleans, yeah. Whatever you want to say. I didn't put new in there, sorry.
Being a deist?
That's a religious belief.
Is it deist? Did I say it right?
I think so, yeah. Deist.
A deist?
Like a deity.
Like a deity?
Yeah.
And sent the socialist Eugene Debs to jail.
Yes.
Is that what it says? Debs?
Yeah.
What's Debs?
That's his last name. Eugene Debs.
Oh.
He sent, so this president sent the socialist.
Eugene Debs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you've got.
I have no idea.
I think you're gonna do good with this. I'm gonna eat some ice while you do this.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, let's start with. Here's a pen. Let's start with the ones you know for sure.
I don't know any of these for sure, dude.
Cold. We're bad ice.
I don't know any of these for sure.
I think there's some of the ice that fell on the table during the promo.
This is gonna suck so bad. Okay,
Okay.
This show is gonna turn into how stupid is Alex?
You're not dumb at all.
The answer is pretty stupid.
Shelby, how many of these do you know? She's focusing.
She's
on
focusing. Okay, she's got too much on her plate.
Herbert Hoover. Which one of these is Herbert Hoover most known for?
When was he president? Hoover Ball.
Yeah.
Early 1900s, right? Yeah. No, I don't know which one. Which one's the oldest one?
Thomas Jefferson's the oldest president on that list.
So let's see. 1776. It's found. Is that the year that George Washington became president in 1776? Do you know the answer to that?
1776 is like
Declaration of Independence. Yeah.
He didn't become president when that happened.
When did he become president?
I'm trying to think of a hint that doesn't tell you. What is? Sorry, I'm breathing very loud. Think late 1700s. Think.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Thomas Jefferson, War of 1812.
Okay, well let's slow down there. Think.
That lines up.
No, it doesn't.
It does. In late 1700s. You know,
How is
he's the fourth
1812
president.
Thomas Jefferson's
Third president.
Yes, you got it. There is a fourth president on there.
James Madison.
Yeah.
Oh, James Madison, War of 1812. We're going with that.
Okay,
I drew the line.
that's good. Nice.
Did I get it right?
I can't tell you till you're done. I can't tell you till you're done.
Okay, well, hopefully I didn't just eliminate two. So I've got James Madison was in the War of 1812. Okay.
Yes. Let me take a picture of that just so I can.
Let's see here. Next, we are going to go with. Oh man! All right, the Great Depression. I gotta know.
Everyone was feeling pretty depressed during the Great Depression.
Is that a?
Not really a hint.
Is that a hint? Okay. I want to say Harding,
Warren G. Harding.
but that seems. No, I want to say Hoover.
See, I give you too many hints during. You always complain about it, but then I get to like my eyes tell you something or I tell you something. So you do.
Well, you literally went. All right, now let's hold up. A second.
Yeah,
let's hit the rewind button here for a second, Alex, because that is the dumbest thing I've ever.
I think
heard.
I just shot myself in the foot on that one. I think I actually just.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna go. I have no idea when these guys were president besides Thomas Jefferson.
I think I'm gonna have your version like on the left, if that's cool, and then have the correct version on the right so people can follow along and see if you get it messed up somewhere or if you're doing it correctly.
Okay. I'm gonna go. So I know Andrew Jackson. So he's like bloody Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
In the musical.
Yeah.
So I thought he did like War of the Bay of Pigs. Was that not him?
No, Bay Pigs is JFK.
Oh, okay. Andrew Jackson. Was he like the Trail of Tears?
He was, yes.
Okay, so he had to have been. The pot dome scandal. I don't even know what that is. The only things I know on here. Sorry that this is taking so long. This
You're
is
okay.
how, for the record, I got more time on my on my tests as a kid because of my ADHD, which I'm not medicated for today.
I'm off my meds.
So we're gonna see how quickly I can do this test. I got one down. Like by the time
Here.
you know,
This
I
is
got
going to be
the
your
second
one
one,
hint.
everybody
This is
else
going to be your one hint to help
done.
you speed up.
Okay,
Okay.
yes, please.
The Teapot Dome happened around the same time. The Teapot Dome is closer to the Great Depression than the Battle of New Orleans and
Talking to your microphone, my friend.
sorry, I was looking into it. So the Teapot Dome scandal is closer to the Great Depression than it is the War of 1812 or the Battle of New Orleans. And putting the socialist Eugene Debs in jail is closer to the Great Depression and the Teapot Dome scandal than these two. So it's helping you, so you know which ones to connect.
I'm struggling. All right, I'm just gonna go with it. I've kind of accepted the fact that I'm gonna get ice on my wee. We're gonna go Herbert Hoover, Great Depression.
All right, let me take a picture of that.
All right, Herbert Hoover, Great
All right,
Depression.
go for it.
All right, we are going to go Thomas Jefferson is going to be the one who sent the socialist Eugene Debs
Wait.
okay, it's
But
not that one.
No, think of my hint. Sending the socialist Eugene Debs is closer to the Teapot Dome and the Great Depression.
You gave me a lot of tips there, and
Yeah.
I stopped listening halfway through because I was trying to retain the first thing you were saying. But
Gotcha.
you were moving on.
Thomas Jefferson is an earlier president.
I know. Yes,
So-
yeah. Okay, so he's got to be a deity.
A deity. He's a god.
He's got to be
All right.
a deist, right? We're gonna go with that. Played by David Diggs in Hamilton. What did I miss?
All right.
That's all I know about him. Let's see here.
And I can't do any more hints. I think, Shelby, have you been following along? She said no.
I'm gonna go Andrew
she said no.
Jackson, The Battle of Orleans. The Animals. There was a house in New Orleans. Is about Andrew Jackson. I've decided.
There.
They call the rising sun. and it's
Copyrighted claim.
burning.
I looked at the screen instead of the camera. Sorry. Copyright claim. All right.
We're
Two
gonna
left.
go. We're gonna go.
Oh, wait. Let me take a picture. Boop. I think, or did I already get a picture? Oh, God.
We're gonna go Harding, Teapot Scandal, Wilson, Socialist.
You are 100% correct.
What?
I gave you too many hints. I got too cocky.
Yes. See, okay.
I
'cause
found my
with this
Alex
line,
played sick little puppy, and I got
with
too.
this line thing,
Stupid.
it's once you get one,
I
your
was
chances
too-
of getting the rest are good.
I should have just let you fail from the beginning.
But once, well, you know what? Hey,
you made me feel bad. You were like,
I got the punishment in episode 1. I cannot believe.
Yeah.
Only took to episode 2 for us to be 1-1 or to be 50-50.
you made me feel guilty.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you do that anymore.
Puppy dog.
You always.
Oh, Jake. What,
I felt so bad for Jake.
when was the War of
Jake-
1812?
Jake, I don't know anything. Was Thomas Jefferson around during the Great Depression? That's the vibe you gave. God damn it. All right, let's do this.
David Diggs. Shelby was Thomas Jefferson for Halloween one year. Fun fact.
Okay, let me just get all of it. So
I was George Washington that year.
So Herbert Hoover is largely blamed for the Great Depression due to his lack of political knowledge and do-nothing kind of tendency. Warren G. Harding was caught up in
too.
the Teapot Dome scandal, which had to do with oil. A lot of helping big oil. Thomas Jefferson was a deist, which basically believed that Jesus and God are real, but they kind of just left us to do our own thing and they're focusing on their own stuff somewhere else. Battle of New Orleans is one of the only major battles we won during the War of 1812, and Andrew Jackson was a part of that. James Madison, famously, his wife saved a portrait of George Washington during the War of 1812 when they set the White House on fire, and Woodrow Wilson sent his political rival, not really the Socialist Party didn't stand a chance, but Woodrow Wilson sent the presidential socialist representative Eugene Debs to jail, allowing Eugene
Straight to jail.
Yep, and allowed him to run for president in jail.
Wow. Retained.
You didn't retain it.
I'll never forget that in my
You
life.
didn't remember any of that.
But you know what
we could do the same contest tomorrow, and you'd get it wrong if I gave you no hints.
Maybe. But
Maybe.
you know what? I guess people always wanted to say, they were always wondering, what was Alex going to do if he lost? Close up, Shelby, close up on me. I guess we'll never know.
All right.
Do you get that reference?
Yeah.
That's what Kanye did.
I know Kanye did.
Yeah.
That was a tasteless. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, he's not great, but
But ever since he saw Jonah Hill, he's gotten better.
is that true?
Yeah, he like apologized for all the anti-Semitic things he said on his Instagram because
Is Jonah Hill Jewish?
Yeah, and he really liked Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street. I'm not even joking. I'm not even memeing. He said that. Yeah,
a moron.
He's unhinged. Anyways,
I do like Jonah Hill though. All right, this has got to go under the underwear.
nope.
Yes.
We never agreed upon
Yeah,
that.
you're wearing shorts. It's going to go right through. It's going to come out your pant leg. It has to go in your underwear.
Hold my pants then. Hold my pant leg. Hold it. I'm not putting this under my underwear. Are you
Why?
kidding me?
No, I want it to go on your bare peen.
Why you're being creepy about this? Can everyone agree that Alex is okay? Here it is.
Dude, put it in your... No, come on.
Alex is being creepy about this.
Bare peen. Bare
Stop.
peen. Bare peen.
God, this is so cold on my hand. This sucks. What, Shelby? Well, that's the point. This is so
We're going
cold.
to give you a nice little close-up. A nice little close-up here. Get him in there!
Oh my God, on the bare leg! Ah! It looks like I pissed myself. We need something to catch it all. Oh my God! Ah! It feels
Put
like
it on your balls.
It feels like I'm giving birth.
I feel like you haven't suffered enough.
Ah! Oh my God, the bare skin part is what hurts. Oh God, it's not all coming out.
He has bear skin.
It feels like it looks so bad on camera. I'm dying.
Oh, man. That's
I
going to be some
spit my
smelly
fuck-
ice.
I just bit my lip.
I'm really sorry that I got so vulgar with that stuff and talked about your parts.
I'm just gonna report you to HR. It's
Here.
fine. There we go.
Have a seat, buddy. Have a seat. I want to... Ew.
I had an accident.
Okay. Let's... I wish we could have... Honestly, I wish we could have seen your face for that.
Oh! He did it again! This one's worse because it's all concentrated. Gravity's not helping take it to the knee. It's keeping it all in the crotch this time. This is significantly worse than the other one. I thought it'd just be the same on my knee. God.
Oh, man. You know... So, I was thinking, because last episode...
It's still in there. God, get out. That one touched the part that I shouldn't have.
Is there shrinkage?
Probably.
Most likely. So I was thinking that last episode you decided you were like, I'll do the dog shot collar too, Alex.
Don't do it.
And we did do it?
You know what? You should do it.
Well, no, because this has already been down your pants.
It
and
was outside the underwear though, so you could just pour it on your outside of the underwear.
this would be giving a whole new
We're bros.
definition
We're
to
bros.
Eskimo brothers.
We're bros.
Get
it
it?
would not. It would be significantly
it's
less
ice.
still.
'Cause it's ice.
We're bros.
Eskimo brothers.
Oh, that's funny.
Kind of funny.
That was good.
Kind of clever, right?
Are you gonna put it down your pants or not, wussy?
No, I don't want to be Eskimo brothers.
All right, whatever. You're kind of a disappointment. What about the ones that are left in the bag? Just 3 instead. Just 3 little ones in your pants.
I'm tempted. I kind of want to put ice in my pants.
Either put ice in your pants or don't.
Well, I won the game.
That's the thing of the game is you can either choose to get the you're gonna win next week's as well because next week's is a spelling contest. So
Oh, I'm glad you already got it planned out. Quite
well, ladies and gentlemen, we've learned so much. Oh yeah, we always end talking about TikTok, bro. Oh, what are you doing?
Let's go! We're Eskimo brothers now, baby!
Does it feel terrible?
Yes, it's very cold on my wing.
Oh my God!
Take us out, Jake. Take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, take it out of your pants. Why is it still in there?
It hurts good.
Oh my God, it does not hurt good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Shelby, thank you so much for producing. Alex, it looks like you're giving birth. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jake Trumper. This has been Alex Schulte. We are historically inaccurate. Every single Thursday, you can check out new episodes. It's always a blast, as you can see. Thank you to Mingo Mustache Media for distributing and producing this podcast. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. And as my history teacher always said, make sure you watch out for deer. I have goosebumps on my legs.
Yeah?
Mango Mustache Media.